Alrighty, guys, how are we? It is January. It is the 24th. It is 2025, and boy, oh boy, what a story last night. Going to take my time, and what I'm going to do with this video is I'm going to outline what happened last night, and then I'm going to talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars job. So got a lot of thoughts in my head, and let's see if we can put it all to fruition out here in video form. And then let me know what you guys think about Liam Coen, about this Jacksonville Jaguars regime. We can probably make another video about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, like where are they going to go for offensive coordinator? A lot of news in the National Football League to break down, right? Kevin Stefanski now going to be calling plays, Robert Saleh back to the Bay Area, all sorts of news, right, in the National Football League, and it's all happening pretty rapidly as the week closes towards this Friday. All right, so here's what transpired in Jacksonville. Shad Khan basically said he wanted to keep Trent Baalke. Now, Baalke has been around, quite a while. He was around with Urban Meyer. He was around with Chip Kelly in San Francisco, somebody that is very controversial, that a lot of people say is not easy to work with, and some say he actually is decent to work with. His draft track record is not abysmal. He ended up drafting ETN, Tank Bigsby. Now, maybe ETN was early in the first round. Josh Allen looks like a pretty good pick. Missing on Aiden Hutchinson was really, really a bad decision of overthinking it. He loves analytics. Trent Baalke loves analytics, loves combine statistics. But he did draft Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas is even rivaling the receivers that were drafted above him. He had a better season than Rome Odunze. He even had a better season than Marvin Harrison. That's not to say that I think he can be an absolute better football player for his career than Harrison. I mean, Harrison maybe running routes is more subtly just quick, but Brian Thomas looks like a Pro Bowl stud wide receiver. He nailed that pick at the 17th pick in the draft. So the point is with Baalke is that Shad Khan wanted to keep Trent Baalke. But then what ended up happening is a lot of coaches said, I don't want to work with Trent Baalke. So then Liam Coen decided to interview for Jacksonville. He told the Bucs, I'm interviewing for this Jags job. And the Glazer family and Jason Light, they're all like, go for it, man. That's awesome. It's one of the 32 jobs. Go for it. Go do your thing. So he interviewed there, and he did great. Liam knocked it out of the park. Liam has a very outgoing personality. It's why I kind of loved Liam Coen. All right, because outgoing personality, really good offensive mind, great with players, gets the best out of quarterbacks, gets the best out of offense, knows how to call a game, knows how to, rhythmically call a game, knows how to set things up, knows how to incorporate the run game, counter, pulling, outside zone, knows how to do West Coast Sean McVay-like things. And he helped Kentucky football and Will Levis. He helped them become great. He helped Baker Mayfield, again, have a great season. This guy is an awesome candidate, very outgoing. At least on the surface, seems really easy to root for and likable. Okay, every public appearance that Liam Coen has he nails every interview that you hear, even in Tampa Bay. The guy has a vibrant personality, at least from the outside. I'm not in Tampa every single day, but from the outside, he seems like he has a vibrant, charismatic personality. So, going back to the search and everything that happened. So he nails the first interview, and then the Jacksonville Jaguars are like, hey, Liam, can you come in for a second interview? And Liam's like, sure, I'll do it. So then Liam has a very good second interview. But then Liam at the end is like, you know what? There's things I don't like about Jacksonville. I don't think that the pay is significant enough. And also Trent Baalke is a major hurdle. I don't want to work with this GM. I don't want to be in bed with this situation and with Trent Baalke. I don't want to do this with Baalke. All right? Then, instead of Liam Coen just saying to Tampa Bay, like, my situation with Jacksonville is fluid, I don't know if they're going to fire Baalke or not. But if they keep Trent Baalke, I don't really want the job. So instead of saying, I'm really not sure right now, guys, if I'm going to be back because Jacksonville, I'm not sure, what's going to happen with Trent Baalke. I would put you guys on pause. And if you guys want to keep doing your search, I'd understand it, okay? But I'm here. If I don't get this job, I'm certainly excited to maybe go back to Tampa. Okay, that's what he should have said. He should have said, look, this Jacksonville thing, there's things that I like about it. There's things that I really don't like. We're still kind of working things out, if we're going to work it out with Trent Baalke in these situations, okay? But I'm still very much in play for Jacksonville. I guess that's what he should have said. Now, just thinking out loud here, and I've thought about this a lot during the last 48 hours, he did not do that. So he went back to Tampa. He knew that Jacksonville liked him. He knew that he had a very good interview. He knows he's in the finals there in Jacksonville. He basically says eventually, hey, guys, I'm out. Baalke's terrible. I'm out. I am now going to sign with Tampa, and I'm going to do it for $4.5 million. So then Jacksonville is like, oh, my gosh. And this is where the ownership is completely incompetent in this specific case. All right, if they like Baalke, you're either all in on Baalke or you just dismiss Baalke. And dismissing Baalke would have cleared everything up in this case. They ended up actually losing more money to Liam Coen because if they didn't have Baalke in the first place, then they could have hired Liam and it would have been a moderate deal. But instead, Liam Coen put both organizations for a bidding war. And I guess that's where Liam Coen was shrewd, and this is the whole, sentiment where nice guys can finish last. So Liam Coen took the aggressor here. And he says, hey, Tampa. So it was dumb for Jacksonville to then fire Baalke throughout their search. If you either like Baalke or he's expendable and you get rid of him immediately. Instead, you went into him on a search and you missed out on other candidates that you could have actually interviewed had you just gotten rid of Trent Baalke. I almost would have respected Jacksonville more if they're like, listen, we value Baalke and his general manager skills, and we want somebody that's going to work with Baalke, because then you're at least upholding your end of the bargain. Even though it's the wrong move, it's the consistent behavioral pattern move if you're Shad Khan, if you're the Khans in Jacksonville. Now, what ended up happening is Liam Coen went back to Tampa Bay. He's like, I want that $4.5 million. They're keeping Baalke. I'm done in Jacksonville. I'm finished in Jacksonville. Done. And then the Jags were left with, oh, my God, we really wanted Liam Coen, and Baalke is expendable. So then they end up firing Baalke. But meanwhile, Liam Cohen's like, hey, guys, I'm going to sign the deal the next day. I'm staying in Tampa with Baker Mayfield. I'm staying for $4.5 million. I'm going to be the highest paid coordinator. Thank you guys so much. He demanded Tampa. He's like, listen, I'm very high in demand here. You guys should, again, Jacksonville kind of wants me, so can you guys, sweeten the pot here? $4.5 million maybe. We just led a great offense. I'm getting all these head coaching interviews. And then the Glazers are like, you know what, Liam, you've done a great job. We appreciate your inquiry, and we will grant you this request. It's not easy, but we are going to be making you the highest paid offensive coordinator in the NFL. So a big deal. $5 million a year salary for Liam Coen, one of the highest paid coordinators. Everything's honky-dory. Liam, good doing business with you. We'll see you at the facility the next day to sign. So Liam's going to sign the next day. All right, he's going to sign the dotted line, and Tampa's like, before you sign, just, no other interviews. We're looking forward to having you next year. Liam then reached out to Baker. He reached out to several offensive players, and everybody's like, that's awesome. Jacksonville's dysfunctional. You're going to get another year with Bucky, Baker, Mike Evans. We're going to make a run now, hopefully healthy at, going deep into the NFC playoffs. And I love Tampa. This organization was great. The Glazers and Jason Light, they gave me permission to interview. And now, understandably, he's going to sign the deal. But it's like, understandably, we don't want you doing any other interviews. You're locked into Tampa now. We don't want you talking to any other franchise. You're a Buck, and you're ready to roll next year. Okay, so everything looks like it's squared away. It looks like Jacksonville's dysfunctional. Looks like Balky costed them a couple of people and so on and so forth. So now comes yesterday. And Tampa Bay is sitting there like, gosh, let's it's 1 o'clock. All right, let's call up Liam. All right, let's see where he is. He's probably in town. Just want to get a baseline for him to sign the contract. Now, Liam, his wife said publicly, and his son, Liam's son, is dealing with autoimmune problem, very serious problem. He's in the hospital. My prayers again to the Coen family. My prayers. So they know that Liam's son's not feeling good. So they're giving Liam a lot of space. Then they try to call him a lot. They try to call him more. And they're just like, this is so strange because Liam usually picks up all the time. Usually Liam is very... usually Liam Coen is constantly answering the phone. So then they maybe try to call people that know Liam, and they're like, what's going on with Liam Coen? What is happening with Liam? He's, we're going to sign this deal, but okay. All right, we'll just sit here then. So then suddenly, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers find out that Liam Coen, who was going to sign this $5 million deal, who told everybody he's in Tampa, Florida, he suddenly, in the middle of the night, he snuck off in a private jet to go to go to Jacksonville's facility to go finalize a deal to become a head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He didn't tell anybody. He went on a plane secretively. And he leveraged Tampa Bay. Liam Coen said, I'm going to sign this big deal. I want it to be the highest paid offensive coordinator. And then to the franchise that basically took on a very young play caller in Liam Coen, one of the most desirable offensive coordinator jobs in the league after Dave Canales left. Liam Coen, I believe, was at, Kentucky or was at the LA Rams with Sean McVay. They entrusted him, and they gave him keys and autonomy. And Todd Bowles, by all accounts, has been nothing but great to Liam. And Baker and this whole roster was so much fun to work with. And they had a really great season, even with the injuries. And Liam was a part of that, but also the players. And any coach who gets hired will tell you the players will tell you that the Glazer family was awesome to Liam Coen. So what Liam did in return is he basically did not care about that relationship. He burned it. He burned that relationship by going off in the middle of night or in the middle of day because he said he would take this OC job. He was not transparent with the Bucs. And then he ended up going to Jacksonville, and he's going to get paid a lot more money, and he's going to be a head coach, and he's going to get to pick his GM. So let's look at this two ways. I think anybody in their right mind would take a really good coaching job in the NFL, a head coaching job. I think that they would take a $10 million increase. I don't think that's the sentiment from Bucs people that they are blaming Liam for taking a head coaching job. It's a promotion. It's a step up. It's not a lateral move. It's not like I'm going to be the OC somewhere else. It's just that Liam Coen decided that he was maybe going to go to Tampa and say that he wanted this whole deal, and maybe he wasn't even going to take the deal as a shrewd negotiator, he was going to up the bidding price in Jacksonville to get him away from Tampa. So he was going to use Tampa Bay. So when you say that you're going to do something, like if you're a man of your word, you should go ahead and do it. And it would have been $5 million. And apparently he was so dissatisfied with Jacksonville that he said, I'm not doing this job. I'm not. I don't like it here. So then Jacksonville, what was it? They get rid of Trent Baalke. They get rid of one thing. And the communication is poor. I mean, I think that Jacksonville maybe even should have told Tampa that we're, doing this deal. Liam Coen maybe should have said, even when they fired Baalke, I made my decision. So it's tough. And now Tampa Bay, they're very behind on their coordinator search right now. So they were left holding the bag. So Liam Coen is a brilliant offensive mind. Liam Coen can get Jacksonville heading in a right direction. The way that this went down, I feel bad for Todd Bowles and the Tampa Bay organization. For Liam Coen, it's very, very good. It's good for his family. It's a $10 million increase in pay. He is that talented. You just wish that this could have been handled in a way in which Tampa wasn't duped. You wish it would have been handled in a way where Liam would have said, you know what? I'm still interested in Jacksonville. So put the pause on the OC thing. And then if I were Liam too, I wouldn't have pressured Tampa to make me the highest paid, whatever. But that's a part of doing business. So I'm happy for Liam Coen. I've long been a supporter of Liam. I'm left with a little sour taste in my mouth because I loved what he did with Tampa, and I was excited about him coming back for another year with Tampa. And, man, I feel for some of those players in Tampa, but I think that they're going to get a good offensive coordinator. I'm excited for it. The Jacksonville job, guys. I know that this video is going on a little bit longer. The Jags job is a really good job. You have Trevor Lawrence. You're in the easiest division in all of football. Terrible division. The Colts, who knows where they're going. The Houston Texans are a decent team. Decent but beatable. And then you also have the another very, very poor football team, the Tennessee Titans. All right, you can easily win this division. You got a great wide receiver. You got a really good tight end in Evan Ingram. You got some pieces along the defensive line. You just got to build up this defense. You got a quarterback. You got to go all defense. All defense. All defense. You got to draft all defense if you're a Liam Coen, and you build it up around a good quarterback. So you have a good defense if you draft right, and then you have, a good quarterback that can win. And Trevor's still young, so if you build it right, you can win literally within 2 or 3 years. It's not like Oakland. You can make the playoffs theoretically even this year. If you win 9 games, you can win that division. So it's a quick, bam, fix. Draft defense this year, nail the class, bam. Trevor Lawrence going to put you in position to be in the playoffs, might get to the divisional round again. You can be like a Denver Broncos level rebuild very, very quickly. It's different than the Raider job. The Raider job's more of a rebuild. This is, bam, let's go. We have pieces. Let's go win, and we can win this thing logistically within 2 or 3 years. We can get deep in the AFC playoffs if we do this right. We can win the division. Trevor's talented enough. If he stays healthy, bam. So, again, really bright offensive mind. Sad to hear about, the way that it was handled with Liam Coen. But again, I'm happy for him. This is business. This is football. It is a business. Everybody is out for their own, self-interest at times, and that is what it is, and that's what creates competition, and that's what creates these big salaries. Which again, I'm cool with guys making money. I'm cool with guys achieving their dreams. It just is sad about the confusion in which it had to occur. All right, but that's, I guess, what we got reporting from multiple outlets, CBS and Sports Illustrated last night. Albert Breer, Jonathan Jones, those guys do phenomenal jobs, covering the sport, and they did a great job last night with filling us in. Josina Anderson and also Diana Rossini. These individuals just do a phenomenal job and give this show a lot of material to talk about. Alrighty, guys. Thanks.